Yeah, Richard Marles can find time to put his golf clubs in the back of the VIP jet when he's flying around the country. He can find time to criticise the bloke, his opponent, Andrew Hastie, who's worn the military uniform, but he can't do his bloody day job. He can't sit behind the desk and sign the papers and make the calls to the states and get these tanks, the Abrams tanks actually, they're not trucks, these Abrams tanks to Ukraine. I just think it's outrageous. I think it's outrageous. Let's go to Kooyong, Michael. The AEC are now referring the video showing a whole lot of volunteers for Monique Ryan, saying that they were directed to vote for her by organisations with historical ties to the Chinese Communist Party, off to the election watchdog, which includes ASIO and the AFP. Have a listen.
We're trying to find out, why you both are supporting and obviously volunteering for Monique Ryan. Why you can?
Friends just tell me for this woman, they say very good job. Everything's okay.
Now, Ryan climbed down from a high horse today. She actually deigned to speak with our own Georgie Dickinson out there on the hustings. She claimed to welcome the investigation, but she still launched into a tirade of grievances against her opposition.
There've been lots of challenges in the campaign. Obviously, there was the video of the neurosurgeon taking down and destroying one of my campaign signs. The Liberal Party has many, many people here who, they've brought in to campaign on behalf of the candidate. We've heard overnight that some of those people are exclusive brethren, so they've joined up with a religious sect. I think some people would have concerns about the Liberal Party aligning itself with an organisation that doesn't believe in evolution.
I call her the campaign Karen, Michael. I tell you what, she's a shocker.
She's an absolute shocker. I mean, if there's one result you'd like to see out of this election, it's the defeat of her. By the way, Peter, I'm still waiting for her husband to file a statutory declaration to say that the sign he took down was the only one. You might have noticed we haven't seen him since that event. He's disappeared off the face of the earth. But she's complaining today about religious people allegedly handing out how-to-vote cards. That's shocking. I mean, goodness me, let's hope there's no Muslims or Jews or Hindus handing out how-to-vote cards. I think they're entitled to hand out how-to-vote cards, aren't they? But look, what's happened yesterday was incredibly serious. This has been uncovered, and let's hope this integrity investigation by the AEC offshoot gives a report, Peta, by Saturday, because 25% of people voted. There's still 75% who haven't voted. They need to know before Saturday what's exactly going on here, because this looks very strange to me.
And I don't think, James, that it's just this seat that's in trouble, Kooyong, for the Teals. I think it must be across the board, because not only are they having a bit of a dummy spit about how the campaign's being run, not just in Kooyong but in other seats, there's a desperate plea for top-up money from wealthy donors revealed today. Holmes of Courts put this email out. He says, our opponents have been underestimated, both in terms of their viciousness and the resourcing behind them. No, I think this is just the electorate's waking up to these frauds, but we'll see on Saturday night. But we're talking about a lot of money being pumped by Climate 200 into these seats to Teals who say, we're not a party, we're independent.
Yeah, and how crazy, Peter, that the Climate 200 continues to say that all of our money goes directly or indirectly to candidates and campaigns. And you and I have revealed in the last week that Climate 200 transferred $588,000 to a comedian who was making attack ads against the Liberal Party at the last campaign. Look, the contests in Sydney, and I'm sure you're seeing them in Melbourne, but in these Sydney Teal-held seats, they are ferocious. You should see some of the polling booths. The Liberal Party has lifted its game. I think they've got some very strong candidates on the northern beaches and in the eastern suburbs. Is that enough? I don't know. I certainly know that one of the lines pushed by the Teals is that in a minority government, they're going to have a much bigger say than they did in this most recent term. But I certainly expect them to be a lot tighter than what we thought. But yeah, I mean, you've got Simon Holmes at Court desperately trying to push for money. Their polling obviously isn't as good as first thought. They're running more than 30 candidates this time instead of just a handful last time. So it's all going to be very interesting how that works with preferences as well. But you certainly get the sense that in some of these seats that were won by Teal's blue ribbon strongholds, that they may be switching back. And I think there's a few nervous Teals at the moment.
Let's just stay with the Teals. We'll go to the New South Wales seat of Gilmore. Revealed, of course, by the Daily Telegraph today that the independent Climate 200 backed candidate there, Kate, you might have to help me out with this name, Dzanaldis, I think that's how I say it, previously described in an email the town of Berry in the electorate she wants to represent as, quote, a miserable, backwards retirement village that she can't wait to get the hell out of. Cam Redden spoke with the Libs candidate in the seat of Gilmore, Andrew Constance, about this today.
Berry is not a miserable backwards retirement village. It's a beautiful community with amazing people, incredible volunteers. Our seniors community don't deserve this type of attitude out of a Climate 200 Simon Holmes a Court back candidate.
Michael Kroger, a miserable backwards retirement village, a place you can't wait to get the hell out of. This stuff matters in a tight seat, doesn't it?
Well, of course it does, but this is what you get from some of these candidates. They're too good, they're too important for these types of electorates, and abusing people in your own electorate, a part of your own electorate, is just disgusting. Look, Andrew Constance, I've got to say, he's going to win that seat on Saturday. Constance is going to win. The more you see him, he grows on you. And secondly, someone who's run for federal parliament on as many occasions as he has, in the end, the electorate often says he deserves to win, and that bloke Constance deserves to win. And you can just see how close he is to his community, the way he responded today to that shocking, silly demonstration against Peter Dutton. So Constance will win on Saturday, and those remarks are another reason why he's going to win, Peter.
Well, I'll certainly see you on Saturday night on the Sky News coverage from 5 o'clock here on Sky News. Michael Kroger, and I know you'll be busy too at the Telegraph. James Willis, thank you, gentlemen.